I'm a Kenyan woman. Of course, I'll be harassed if I refuse to give out my number. And also, I'll be harassed if I do give out my number. I'm a Kenyan woman. Of course, it's my fault when I get killed.
I do have an issue with this video, and here's why. I don't have an issue with whatever she's saying. She might be right based on her experience. My issue is with that quote, the protect your daughter, which is underlying, which they are saying that's bullshit, and they want us to educate ourselves. And I do feel that that analogy and that point of view is deeply flawed. And here is my very unpopular opinion. Let's start with educate yourself. So, what are they being educated on, to be specific? Is it how to treat women? Is it how not to attack women? What is it exactly that the men should be educated about? And is it that they are assuming that people like Matara or all those cases, those men, they are uneducated on how to treat women? Or that they don't have wives, they don't have girlfriends, they don't have siblings who are women? Is it that part? Because for someone like John Matara, he might have been the best seducer of all. So he might have been educated about women. Or what is the education they're talking about? That's what I want to know about. My second point of view is that the person who came up with this quote, which is deeply flawed, had an agenda, and I believe she's most likely to be a feminist. And feminists only think, most of them are very extremely narrow-minded. They only think about themselves, which is women and women in power. So most of them are educated, rich, and powerful. So they miss a lot which happens in society, because from that quote they believe that women are very educated. And I have a counter argument to that. If women are so educated, if women are so knowledgeable, why is it that female prisons are still full? Why is it that there are still women there? And some of them are there because of murder. Some of them are there because of pedophilia. Some of them are there because of numerous fraud. Like the women prison has also people with shady characters. So today I'll be educating some of these ignorant and arrogant feminists. So you might be extremely learned, but you fail to be in touch with reality. And here's my point of view. So they can either take it, critique it, or deny it. So rather than report this video or get me cancelled, give me a point of view with relevant arguments, relevant logical arguments. Here are my logical arguments. So you can counter check them. Here's my first argument for those feminists. It's important for them to recognize that the reason they're enjoying most of the benefits or most of the rights is because of the good men. Without the men, the good men in society, most of those women will have nothing. And here are some of the things they enjoy because of good men. The only reason some of those feminists are safe is because of the good men. The only reason some of them are in power, like the members of parliament, the MCL, is because of the good men that allow them to be there. The reason they have such quality education, some of them are professors, is because of the good men that allowed them to go to school. The reason they can walk freely outside is because of the good men that are in the society. And the last point, this one cuts across whether you are male or female. The reason our country is so peaceful and things are running kind of the way they are is because of the good men in some of the leadership positions, the good men in the army, the good men in the police service. Without them, it will be chaos. If you flash back to 2007, when everything was in chaos and the evil men were winning, there was pure, pure evil. We did experience the worst side of the country because the evil men were winning and the good men were trying and they couldn't. So whenever evil men are in position of power or are at an advantage, chaos happen, and the only people who tame those evil men are the good men. And if some of these feminists they doubt my analogy, I would like them to visit some of these countries. They can start by going to South Sudan and they see what those evil men over there are doing to the women. It's worse than what these few evil men are doing here. There, the evil men are wrong and there are no good men to tame them. Go to Somalia, see what the evil men are doing to the women. Go to DRC Congo, see what the evil men are doing to the women. It's a sad state of affairs when evil men win. And the only people to tame the evil men are the good men that you are putting in a basket and saying all men are trash, all men are evil. Go to Asia, go to North Korea, see what the evil men are doing to the women there. Go to some of these Arab countries, see what the evil men are doing to the women there. Some of those Arab countries, women are not even allowed to drive. They are dictated on what they should wear. It's crazy to some degree what evil men can do, where the good men are tamed. So, before you doubt this point of view, doubt this argument, think about it. If an evil man wants to take whatever you have, he or she, the evil man, will definitely take it because he's stronger than you, maybe he's powerful than you, and is willing to do the most outrageous things. So, without the good men in our police service, without the good men in your family, without the good men who are your friends, you are hopeless. Like, and it cuts across. Maybe I'm directing it to the feminists who don't want to accept that logic, but it cuts across. The reason, even for me, the reason I'm safe is because of the good men. Because some of the evil men are stronger than me. Some of the good men are brighter than me. Some of the evil men are even richer than. So my point of view is this. The reason we are enjoying most of the rights is because of the good men, and men create everything from the infrastructure, from the phone most people are using, from the buildings you're staying in. It's all done by, like, most of it are done by men, the heavy work. The roads people enjoy, I can say 80% are done by men. Some of the degrading works that women look down upon, they're done by men. So most of the survival, most of the farming are done by men. So the reason most of the food they are consuming for the feminists, it's courtesy of men that they're bashing. So in conclusion, for the women to underline the protect your daughters part of that quote, it's the most nonsensical thing to do, and it's the dumbest thing they can do. Like, in a utopia, it will make sense, but in the real world where we interact with those evil people, some of those evil people are your parents, some of those evil people are your siblings, some of those evil people are your friends. So you must be able to identify them, and the only way you can identify them is by acknowledging that they exist. Evil people exist, bad people exist. That's why there are numerous conmen, and that's why most of these prisons are full, both for men and for women. And good men protect their daughters, their sisters, their wives, and even their friends. They even protect their country. That's what good men do. And who are they protecting from? They protect them from the evil men. That's what the protection is. That is not just a word. You're protecting from something. And the protection is from the evil men. And on the contrary, the evil men are always scheming and ready to attack whenever they see any loophole. And their creativity is unimaginable because you are assuming that the evil men are uneducated. Some of them went to university, some of them even have PhDs. Some of them are the cleverest people in the society. But the evil, something bad and crazy about evil is some people are born with it, so they can't control it. Even they can know right and still do wrong. So it's not about education or knowledge. It's more about personality. Evil is their nature, and we must be able to identify and run from it. And this feminist must or should accept that we are not in a utopia. We live with all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds and all kinds of behavior. So you can't just come up with a quote and think that will solve anything. So you educated, what will the education help with? Once they're educated, then what? It's their persona. Like evil is their persona. Evil is their way of life. So the best thing to do is to acknowledge that evil exists and protect your daughters from it.